All right, so question 9. Now this is kind of a lot of memory in this, I'm afraid, but 36 to the half means the square root of 36. So if you had a square of area 36, what would the square root be? And so that is 6. Now you should know anything to the power of 0 is simply 1. And this one, a bit more, that's why it's worth 2 marks. So you've got a minus and 2 and 3. So there's 3 things to here. There's a minus, the 2 and the 3. So there's a minus, the 2 and the 3. There are 3 bits you have to operate with. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to deal with the third, because that's actually a third. And so 27 to the third, which is the cube root. So imagine you've got a cube, like a sugar cube or whatever. Volume equals 27, but all the sides are the same, and it'll be 3, 3, 3. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So I know that is 3. And now to that, I'm going to square it. So I've done that one, tick. Now square it, 3 3s are 9, tick. Now that minus 1 means 1 over 9. And there you go. So that's really kind of a nice way of doing it. Again, always check your answers, make sure that you're doing okay. Regularly come in on this one if you want to. Now let's go for question 10. Table gives some information about the heights of 80 girls. So look through the heights very quickly. It says draw a box plot. Now box plot requires 5 things. The smallest value, and we've got the least value here, is 133. So look carefully, there we go. I'm going to mark it there, halfway up. The greatest value, 170, mark that. The lower quartile, 145, and we draw that with a horizontal line like that. A vertical line like that. The upper quartile, 157, down like that, and the median, 151. And this is a box, because this is a box, and whisker, or sometimes just called a box plot. So one of those 2 ways. And what you need to remember is that a quarter of the data is in there, a quarter in there, a quarter in there, and a quarter in there. Even if this might be wider, it doesn't mean there are more people in there. This literally says a quarter, 25% are in this block, this block, this block, and this block. That's why it's called quartiles. Work out an estimate for the number of girls of a height between 133, so from here, all the way to 157 there. Right, well, that's 1/4. This is 1/4, and this is 1/4. So it's 3/4 of the total. And it says it's 80 girls. So what I'm going to do is 80 divided by 4 to find out 1/4 is 20, times it by 3, 60. Good. Now, question 11. We're now getting into the harder parts of this. Okay, so this is quite fun. This is going to be bonus point land. So we've got A, B are points on the circle, and this is called a chord. And the centre is 0 there. BC is a tangent. I'm going to carry that line on just because. So tangent means it just touches a point. AOC is a straight line, we can see that. And there's an angle X, ABO. Right, so let's just check this out. ABO here. Okay, so that there is X. So I'm going to type it in because I hadn't actually put that in. That's interesting. Normally they put things in, but they haven't here. Find the size of the angle ACB. Right, this one here. Find that one there in terms of X and give your answer in the simplest form. Okay, a few things you need to remember is that from the tangent to the point is always cuts at 90 degrees. So you know that that's always going to be 90 degrees. Other things you need to know in all of this. Well, yeah, this is going to be fun because I've just got to try and remember all of what I've been learning here. Yeah, notice here, that and that makes a isosceles triangle because they're the same. And if that is X, then that also has to be X. So these are 2X. And therefore, if this is X and this is X, you can work out what that is there. So that angle there is going to be 180 minus the 2X. That's that angle there. Okay. Why is that important? Well, I can now work out what that is. It's a long-winded one, isn't it? I can work out that angle there because angle's on a straight line. If that angle is there, then this one here, this one must be 180 minus that. So it must be 180 minus whatever this one is here. Now watch what this happens here. 180 minus 180 is 0. Minus and minus is a plus. So that actual angle there is 2x. We now know that angle is 2x. And so therefore, this angle here, we've kind of done this before, it's got to be all the angles add up to 180. If you've eaten 90 of it already, then this must be 90 minus 2x. And that's how you work that one out. So it's a really interesting, fun question, that one. And I wonder how you did with that. Right, let's go to question 12 and see if we can squeeze this one in. See what happens. Prove that the square of an odd number is always one more than a multiple of 4. Right, so odd numbers always, so it lets n equal 2m plus 1. Now, n is odd because double any number and add 1, you always make it odd. And that's something you need to get used to saying. So whenever they say it's an odd number, you say, right, let n equals 2m plus 1. It's a really nice way of trying to solve a problem like this. You just get into the habit of doing that. That's really good. Now, it says here, the square of this number. So I'm going to square this number. So I'm going to square it, and you can use FOIL. You can do a whole range of things, but if you did it, you would end up with something like that. So when you square that, that's what you get. And it says, prove it's always one more than a multiple of 4. Well, look, 4, 4, and 1. So I take a factor of 4 out here. I know I could take the m, but I'm not. I'm going to say it's 4 times this number plus 1. And that proves it. That shows that you can do it. Wow, that's the trick, guys. Right, see you later.